Okay. The court is in session in cause numbers 322-288, cause number 327-080, cause number 328-354, cause number 329-802, cause number 329-806. All 5 cases are styled the state of Texas versus Shannon J. Richard. Mr. Richard, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Richard, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Richard, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Richard?
All right.
That's good. Mr. Richard, you're represented in your cases by your attorney, Mr. Ryan Matuska. Mr. Matuska, how are you doing?
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Now, Mr. Matuska, Mr. Richard, I have before me in cause number 322-288, a motion to revoke your probation. And Mr. Richard, in this motion, it alleges that you, Shannon J. Richard, on the 14th day of May of 2019, was found guilty for the offense of possession of marijuana, which is a Class B misdemeanor. And your punishment was assessed at confinement of 90 days, a fine of $300, and the confinement was probated for a period of 6 months. On November 25th of 2019, the district attorney's office filed a motion to revoke your probation. In this motion, there are 3 allegations. State, are you abandoning allegations 2 and 3?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Richard,
Yes, sir.
the state is abandoning allegations 2 and 3. And what that means is the state will only be proceeding on allegation number 1. And allegation number 1 alleges that you, Shannon J. Richard, failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office as ordered by the court on September 16th, 2019, and October 7th, 2019, as directed in violation of condition 4 of your probation order. Is that true or not true?
True.
Mr. Richard, are you pleading true to allegation 1 freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading true because it is true?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Richard, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments, which is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Mr. Richard, on page 2 of this document, there are a set of initials that on a line next to a box that's checked MTRP, which means motion to revoke probation true to allegation 1. Mr. Richard, did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Richards, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Did you sign this document?
Yes, sir.
On the next page, on the next document, which is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Did you sign this document?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, which is a Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, there are 2 boxes that are checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you are waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Richard, prior to signing and initialing these documents that I have just mentioned, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
That's true.
Everything is true and correct to the best of your knowledge in these documents?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Richard, I will state, I have before me states exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer states 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
No objection. States exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Matusky, you've advised and counsel Mr. Richard, is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, sir, Your Honor.
Mr. Richard, your attorney, Mr. Matusky, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Richard, I will accept your plea of true to allegation number 1. I will find that you're mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, the agreement for case number 322288 is for 60 days time served with court costs to be taxed and retired. And in addition, the state will dismiss case numbers 327080, 328, 354, 329802, and 329806, with the addition that the parties have also agreed on a forfeiture motion to forfeit the weapon involved in case number 329806 to Beaumont Police.
Okay, has he signed the forfeiture?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, let me do this. Mr. Richard,
Yes, sir.
the state is offering, you have that commitment with the amount of court cost. The state is offering that you serve 60 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail in this case because you've already served 60 days. Therefore, you'll be given credit for time served. The court cost in this case is $237, but you will not have to pay the court cost because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court cost will be taxed and retired. Y'all gonna put the cases that he's dismissing on here? Okay. And the state will be dismissing cause number 327080, cause number 328354, cause number 329802, and cause number 329806. Now, Mr. Richards,
Yes,
in
sir.
reference to, okay, now, Mr. Richards, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offers in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Richard, I'll follow plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. And Mr. Richard, in cause number 329806, the state filed a motion to forfeit the weapon in that case. Mr. Richard, did you sign that motion to forfeit?
Yes, sir.
Now, before you signed that motion, did your attorney go over that motion with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in this motion or in that motion true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the state is going to grant that motion to forfeit the weapon in cause number 329808. And as stated previously, that case will be dismissed. Now, Mr. Richard, this will conclude your cases. And Mr. Richards stated, as a court has stated earlier, he's following the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. This will conclude your cases. Please follow the bailiff, and you have a blessed day.
All right, you too, Judge.
Thank you. And Mr. Matuska, I think this is your only cases that's left that you had today. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Go on, Blake.
And court will be in recess. Let's see. We have one more case that's left. Deontay Everfield will be coming back to the court at 1:30. And I think we've taken care of all the other cases. So the court will be in recess.